Hey everyone, just going to do a quick demonstration of the console interface device. Starting with installation, all you're going to want to do is find your 14-pin console port located near the head latch and plug the device right in. It is powered through this port, which is only powered with the key in the on position. There's no need to worry about any battery drain or anything like that when it's not in use. When the key is set to the on position, the device will automatically turn on. It boots up into this default data display. For this, 4 options of what you can display. We have coolant temperature, speed, RPM, or voltage. And all of these, as well as all the other units in this interface, can be set from imperial or metric. Moving on, we have the main sensor page. There's various ECU parameters, sensors. There is 2 pages to this, so if you click the next button, you can cycle through them. Beyond that, we have an indicators page, just all the switches, relays, solenoids. Beyond that, you can read fault codes. If there are more than 3 fault codes, you can click the next button to cycle through. You can clear your fault codes if there's any clearable active faults. We have activation tests, starting with a manual aux fan control. You can toggle your aux fan on and off. Keep note for TT models, this will only toggle the low speed fan. For NAs, they only have low speed. After that, we have fuel pump relay control, so you can force off the pump as well as forcing it on. And for all these active tests, just keep note that when you click go back or main menu, it will cancel the test and just go back to default values. Beyond that, we have a cylinder off test, so also sometimes known as a power balance test. You can select which cylinders you want. Once you click start, it'll cut fuel and ignition to those cylinders. And then stop brings them back, of course. Next off, we have the set base idle. This disables the AAC valve. So you click start, you adjust your base idle screw, and you stop the test as soon as you're satisfied with the RPM value you have. There's a clear self-learn for the learned ECU values for the air fuel alpha. Other than that, we do have some options. Display, you can adjust your brightness a bit to your liking. Default display, as we discussed, you can choose the default parameter that pops up when the device is on. Units, again, imperial and metric. We have enable test, so by default this will actually be off every time you boot up the device. This will just prevent the fuel pump test and the power balance cylinder off test from accidentally activating. Lastly, there's a speed correction factor. So this will only affect the outputted speed values that are inside this device, not on your actual speedo. But if you have an aftermarket rear wheel size, you can go ahead and kind of fine tune this. You will have to divide the new tire diameter by the stock tire diameter and then input the ratio here. If you don't wish to use it, of course, you can just disable this or just leave it at 1.0. There are some tools online that help you figure out your tire diameter based off your tire sizes. Other than that, that's pretty much all there is to it. I'll go ahead and turn the vehicle on here so you can see everything updating. Everything updates in real time. Again, here's the indicator page. The default page. And then I'll just do a quick demo of the default data display options. So we have the coolant temp. We have speed, which I'll throw in a short clip of me actually driving later. Have RPM. And of course the battery voltage. Now, as far as the actual parameters that are displayed in the device, of course you have your speed, RPM, ignition timing, water temp, battery voltage, throttle position sensor voltage, as well as the hard idle switch. We have a MAF sensor voltage, AAC valve percent. On the second page, we got fuel temp, injector duty cycle, air fuel alpha left and right, O2 sensor voltages, rich lean indicators, which basically the ECU goes based off the O2 sensor voltages, VTC indicator, EGR indicator, idle air control valve indicator, and wastegate indicator. And we also have the dedicated indicator page. Some stuff here is repeated, so we have VTC, EGR, idle air control valve, wastegate, PRVR. There's also a fan indicator for the auxiliary fan, neutral switch, power steering switch, hard idle, again the closed throttle switch, fuel pump relay, AC switch, AC relay, and again those rich lean indicators once more. There's a few different variations available for the console interface device. Just to note, all of these are going to be 3D printed with ASA plastic, so they are heat and UV resistant. Starting with the steering console mount, I have this available to either be painted or just raw 3D printed. Next up, of course, I still have the clock mount location and the DIM plate location. These can be in right-hand drive configuration as well, so if you prefer, I can have the display on the right and the buttons on the left to be closer to the driver. Next up, I have a suction cup mount, so this will provide the suction cup with it. You can attach to your windshield. For this guy, I do also have an optional hood that I will include. Just kind of minimizes glare from the windshield. It will just attach on with double-sided tape as such. This guy, I will have an option to get painted eventually, but I'm still kind of dialing that in at the moment, so it might not be available for purchase by the time you're seeing this. Lastly, I do have a traditional handheld version, so just like a traditional OBD device, a little bit easier to switch between cars and such. One last thing to note, so for the steering column mount, the suction cup, and the handheld, they will all be basically plug and play with the wires already attached and installed. For the DIM plate and the clock mount, you'll have something like this. Well, you'll just have to route the wires through the trans tunnel and such and connect the display and the buttons. You shouldn't need to remove any trim panels or anything. There should be enough space to just snake them through. So it should be relatively plug and play as well. So yeah, that's basically it. If you have any questions, comments, anything you want cleared up, just shoot me a message or leave a comment. If you have any special requests, I am willing to work with you and see what we can do. Maybe you want different parameters displayed, or different ordering, different default values that you can display on the bigger screen, anything like that. Just shoot me a message and we'll see what we can do.